All right, so good afternoon, good morning, everyone. I'm Adrian. I will be your OneView CX trainer for this session. So, of course, I'm going to mute everyone. If you have a question, of course, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask the question during the session. So, please note that I'm also recording this session. So, if you would like to share this training that we're going to have during the next hour, please feel free to share it, as I will send you a link to the video that I'm capturing today. So welcome everyone. So I'm Adrian, I'm the OneView CX trainer, and I'm working with the CRM OneView CX solution team to help you make the most of OneView CX. Today we are going to spend 1 hour within this back to basics session talking about the inbox and follow-up views. So here is the agenda. I'm going first to talk about the definition about the inbox screens. So what is it? What you can find in it. On the second time, I will then talk what will make a case moving from inbox to the follow-up and vice versa. And those two sections will have interactive quizzes. So I will unmute you when we will do the quiz. Don't worry. The third step of our agenda today of our training will be to talk about the central queries and how they can facilitate your job while picking and browsing the list of cases in the inbox screens. And then I will show you little hints to navigate quickly directly to the inbox views before we end the session with your questions, and I will try, of course, to answer the most of them. Okay, so let's start first with the inbox screen definition. So first of all, this is where you can find in OneView CX the inbox views, of course. So whenever you're logged in into OneView CX, you just click on case, and then normally you're automatically redirected to the inbox view. Okay. So what are you going to find in the inbox views? So it will display, in fact, the list of cases which are not closed. Okay, so we focus only on the open cases. And it will also display the cases which are assigned to your active helpdesk group or with an activity assigned to your active helpdesk group. Okay, so one little hint here when using the solution. Hello Pavle. So Pavle, you're in the WebEx. So Pavle is the helpdesk product owner. He's supporting me for this session. So thanks Pavle for passing by. Really good to have you. So I was talking about the active group. So it's quite easy, in fact. Your active group is the group which is displayed here on the home page, okay? So if I come back to the inbox, by default, I will have the cases open, so not closed, and assigned to my active group, which is currently 182HD London, or with an activity assigned to my group, so my active group 182HD London. All right. This is the first step of the definition. So this is what you can expect to find in the inbox views. Okay. Then the inbox, in fact, is split into two views that you should know and that you can navigate easily, clicking on this icon here. I'm going to show you directly in OneView CX. If I click here, I will have access to my group inbox or my group follow-up, right? What will you find in these views? So in my group inbox, it's all cases pending an action from my active helpdesk group, all right? So if you have to complete an activity or just work on a case, they will be displayed in my group inbox. The second view is the my group follow-up. It's going to display all cases which are pending an action or a task, from a customer or an helpdesk group different than my active helpdesk group. Okay, so let's take an example right here. I have a case incoming. I need to acknowledge the case. I acknowledge the case and I assign it and follow it and follow up, assign and follow up to another helpdesk group. Then this case will be displayed not in my group inbox, but in my group follow up. Okay. Of course, if you're requesting more information from a customer, so writing something on the portal, it will also be displayed in my group follow-up and not anymore in my group inbox. So to make sure that everyone has understood what you can find in the inbox, I've made up this little quiz that is coming. So I'm going to unmute you. All right. Yes, a lot of noise, normal. So what do you think about this case? Based on the definition I gave you, do you think it will be in the inbox or not in inbox screens? Feel free to answer. Inbox, okay, in the inbox. All right. So you're correct. It will be displayed in the inbox. Op. It's okay, I mute everyone. So why? So I highlighted the two clues that can make us arrive to this conclusion. So status is open confirmed, and the assignee group is my active helpdesk group. As I stated here, I'm an helpdesk agent of the group 182HD LON. Very good. So this case will be in the inbox. What about the next one? Of course not. Yes. Does someone does not agree with this statement? So it's really simple. Because it's closed, it will not be displayed in the inbox. So of course it's quite easy. But why I brought this case? It's because then you're going to ask me where I can find this case. Well, it's easy. It won't be displayed in the inbox, but it will be displayed in the case screen. Okay, so cases, and then you click on cases. So it's really important for you guys to understand that this inbox has been designed to be the one-stop shop where you have the list of cases you have to work on. Okay, and this is why we are not displaying closed cases. If you would like to browse a closed case, to get information about the case, to see what activities have been performed and how you finally solve the case, you will have to navigate to the cases screen. I'm just going to show you where you can find it. So cases and then cases. Not going to spend a lot of time here, but get the idea that from this menu, you're able to access all the cases, okay, even the one closed. All right. So that was for the first part of our training. So I wanted to clarify with you what's in the inbox and what it's not in the inbox. Let's move now to a really important topic. So as I said, cases, when they live, when you work on them, when you make edits on the cases, you assign to someone else, they will, on certain conditions, remain in the inbox or move from the inbox to the follow-up. Okay? And I think this is the most important part of our training today because you need to understand which actions are going to move the cases from the inbox to the follow-up. And there are several scenarios. And this quiz is going to help us understand what is the impact of editing a case in a certain way. Okay? So I'm going to display an action that you're doing when you're editing the case, and I would like you to tell me if this action is going to move the case from the inbox, so my backlog, when I have to perform an activity on the case, to the follow-up, where I'm just following up the progress of the case, but the action is pending another helpdesk group or someone external from Amadeus. So let's start. I unmute you guys, okay? And we are going to start first with assign to. So if I'm editing a case and I click on assign to, I have two options. So basically, under the case, you have an applet that is displayed, and that gives you two options, either assign to or assign and follow up. So I would like you to answer this question. Will clicking on assign to will move this case from inbox to the follow-up? It will be in the follow-up if I click assign to. Okay, does someone thinks differently? No? Okay. Sorry, could you please repeat? I'm having trouble hearing you. Sorry, I don't know if it's the case for other people in the call. So someone thinks that it will not move the case from inbox to follow-up, clicking on assign to? So, okay, so it's very good that I brought the point. Yes, and you're correct. It will not move the case from inbox to follow-up. In fact, it's going to remove the case from your inbox and from your follow-up views. Okay, so why is that? No, you won't find it. It's only the assign and follow-up button. So on the right side of the, just right next to the assign to button, that it will allow you to still follow up on the case, okay? So we tried to make it clear, having two different buttons, because the assign to is going to change the assignee group to the group that you have chosen below, okay? So right here. So let's assume. Exactly. Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much for the explanation. So one good thing to remember when we're talking about assign to, the assign to simple button will remove the case from any of the inbox or follow-up views because you transfer the, let's say, assigning, you change the assigning group and it's not displayed anymore in the inbox or in the follow-up. Remember, in the inbox will display only the case assigned to your active helpdesk group or that you want to follow up on. Okay, very good. Thank you for all the participants to answer the question. Second possibility, second scenario, second use case, I'm going to click escalate to win approach. So does this make the case move from inbox to follow-up view? Yes, definitely. It's going to change the status, in fact, to pending central resolution. And as we are waiting central to solve the case, it will be in the list of the follow-up, and the assignee group will remain the same. Very good. Third option, I'm editing the case, so I'm working on a portal case. Maybe it's not everyone is not working with portal case, but still, I'm going to create a customer, an interaction with the customer, writing on portal. And based on the information you have on the screen, can you tell me if it will move the case from inbox to follow up? Yes. Correct. Exactly. So as I've flagged the waiting on customer option here, once I'm going to save, we have an alternative status for each case, which is called the portal status. And the portal status will change to waiting on customer. And as we are waiting customer to perform an action for us, then it means that the case will move from inbox to follow-up. Very important, if you untick, you do not tick the waiting on customer, and you save the interaction, your case will remain in the inbox. Okay? Next scenario. No, that's it, in fact. That's the only scenario I wanted to have in the quiz. Okay, so I'm going to mute everyone back because, sorry, there were, someone wanted to ask a question. Wait 1 second, 1 second. I'm going to unmute everyone. I'm going to mute everyone, and the person who would like to ask the question, you can unmute yourself and we will listen to you. All right, of course. Good. That's a very good question. That's a very valid question. So I'm going to demo it with you guys. Okay, I'm going to pick this case, for instance. I'm going to edit the case. Click on Customer and Interactions. And click on Write on Portal. So in this case, the waiting on customer flag is not ticked. Okay. It's mainly because this case does not come from Portal. Okay. So you'll have to tick it. Okay, before you save. All right. Any question on these moves? No. Good. So I will. Yes. Yes. I'm going to talk about it right now. So I'm going to do a quick recap of the different scenarios that bring a case to move from my group inbox to my group follow-up. So the first one is the last one that we've seen in the quiz. If I create an interaction writing on Portal with the waiting on customer flag, it will move the case from my group inbox to my group follow-up. All right. And you will notice that this little icon you see on the top of the case will change, and I will do it right now, from this to waiting on customer. I'm sorry, I should write, of course, the subject. Okay. So if I save it, you notice that the icon has changed. Okay, why? It means that the case is now waiting for customer, so your customer should perform an action before you can go on with the resolution of this case. So this is the first scenario. In case if it's a portal case, if the customer update the case on the portal replying to your question, automatically the case will then move from my group follow-up to my group inbox. If the customer does not reply on the portal, but I don't know, contact you in another way, you're able to click on this button to change from waiting to customer to ongoing, so the initial status. And this action will also move the case from my group follow-up to my group inbox. So this is the first scenario. The second scenario, escalate to central or escalate to win approach. I think it has been renamed in the last release, so it will be, yes, in the next release, sorry, it's going to be renamed. I'm going to show you what it will look like in the next release, which will be out next Saturday, normally. You see, it's escalate to win approach now, instead of escalate to central. So if you click on escalate to central, we said it will move my group follow-up, the case from my group inbox to my group follow-up. And at the moment the central solve the case or answer the question that you've asked, it will come back to my group inbox, as you will then be the one responsible to go on with the resolution of the case. Third scenario, pending master incident. So if you open an incident which is related to an existing master incident, the status of the case will change from open to pending master incident. And your case will move from my group inbox to my group follow-up. And the only way that the case come back to my group inbox is if you unlink it from master. Okay. For scenario, I set manually the status of the case to open pending. So this open pending status means that an action should be performed by someone external to Amadeus, and it will move the case from my group inbox to my group follow-up. Once you change the status manually to open pending or solved, any other status, it will remove the case from my group follow-up and make it move to my group inbox. I'm sorry, it's a bit, but we have a lot of scenarios to go through. The fifth one is assign and follow-up and not assign to. Once it's assigned back to you, it will come back to the inbox. If you remove the case from your follow-up, it will just not be displayed again in inbox or follow-up. Okay. So this one, I think I can demo it to you because it was a bit, it was not totally shared by everyone. So I'm in the inbox, working on a case which is open confirmed. So this one, I'm going to assign to. Okay, so remember, it's the case finishing by 531. Okay. If I do assign to the first group I have here, okay, the assignee group has changed. And if I save the case, and that we go back to the inbox, okay, to refresh. Okay. You see that the case is no longer in my group inbox, the 531. I had previously 9 cases. And if I go to my group follow-up, well, I'm going to do a query because I have more than 15 cases in my group follow-up. So finish by 531. I have no results. Okay. So if I perform, then I'm going to navigate back to my group inbox. If on one of the incidents I have here, so let's take this one, I'm edit it and assign and follow up. Let's take this one, assign and follow up. So the assignee group has changed, but because you have shown interest and you want to follow up this case, okay, if you come back to the inbox, so this case is finishing by 586. I come back to the inbox, so it has been removed from the my group inbox. 586. But you can find it in my group follow-up. Okay, so in my group follow-up, there are several information that are interesting. The first one, pending. So this one I have assigned it to this group. So as soon as I have assigned and follow up to this group, it will be pending the action of this group. And I am the follower of this case. Okay. If I clear the filter here, you will see that pending, it can be pending customer. So if you set the status to waiting on customer, pending master incident, in case it's linked to a master incident, pending central, if it waits if you're waiting central resolution, or pending external if you're waiting the status an action from a group external from Amadeus. Okay. And the last one, waiting for external. So it's the question that you've asked before. It's a capacity that is given so for the case you're working on. So let's take this one. No, this one. So this one is a really good example. I'm going to talk about it right after. So I'll take this case. I click edit. So I accept this case because I'm the first one to work on it. And you can click on this button to change from ongoing to waiting for external. Okay. So this action will make the case move from my group inbox to my group follow-up. Okay. Once you've received the feedback you are waiting, you just change the status back to ongoing, clicking on this button. Okay. And it will make the case move back from my group follow-up to my group inbox. The last scenario is if you open an activity to another group. Okay, so working on an incident, you need the assistance of another LDES group that will need to investigate on this case to help you solve it. So this will also move my group inbox to my group follow-up. And in the pending column, in my group follow-up, you will have activity with the group that you've put. Okay. So this is a recap of what brings a case from my inbox to my group follow-up and vice versa. Okay, so now you know all the values that you can find in my group follow-up as well. And if you don't have any questions, I'm going to talk about another one that we've seen in my group inbox, but which is pending central resolution. Okay, so it goes against what I've already said, but it's because this incident is probably waiting. Central has asked a question to you. Okay, and because they've asked a question to you, you have an activity that is entitled to this case and that you need to perform. And this is why you will find sometimes case in my group inbox with a status pending central resolution. All right. So I will unmute you guys. Here we are. Any questions on the actions that make one case moving from my group inbox to my group follow-up? Is it clear for everyone? Okay, please go on. Yes. Uh-huh. So you mean okay, so I will not not this question here, or maybe you can send it to me if you don't mind, quickly via Jabber or by email, and I will make sure to add this question in the slides and answer the question in the slides directly, and we'll share the slides with you, of course. Yes. Next question, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, you could, of course, yeah. No, no. What I will suggest is that you create your own query, choosing in pending external. Okay. and then save the query. Save query as. How could you say that? Like external backlog? I'm sure that you find something more accurate to describe what it will put, but you see that this saved query is now displayed here. And anytime you navigate to my group follow-up, you're able to display this. Okay, so if I, of course, so my group follow-up, external backlog. Okay, well noted as well. Honestly, right now I cannot answer, confirm or infirm this assertion, but yeah. Okay. 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 Very good. So I will make sure to note this case also in the recap of these back to basics sessions. All right. Let's. Yes. No. Please. Hello. Mhm. Okay. Okay. So meaning that then the case was pending customer and external in the same time, right? Yes, definitely. But so you mean the status in the pending my group follow-up? But I'm sorry to rephrase it, but the idea is like you wanted to share the information that the payment was ongoing with an issue with payment was ongoing with someone external from Amadeus, right? And you wanted to notify your customer, correct? And to do so, but you wanted to be sure that they are notified by email automatically, and this is why you put the case waiting on customer, right? While in fact it was not waiting on customer, correct? It was just like pending external, yeah, waiting on external, but you wanted to, so in this case, I understand that you want the notification to be sent. This is why you have flagged waiting on customer. I will think about a solution to send the email, even though you not have to flag waiting on customer. I don't know so far what can be done, but I would say that you can also, from the customer and interaction, send manually an email to the customer. So clicking F9, picking case contact, and then notifying them the issue that you had with MasterCard through this manual email. Yeah, well, that's good that you brought this use case so that we can talk about it and find a solution. So I would say in this case, if it's not really pending an action on customer side, it's better to send manually the email than changing the portal status to waiting on customer. Very good. Thank you. Okay. There will be another Q&A session like in 10 minutes when I will be finished with the presentation, so make sure to keep your questions in mind. So next section is to talk about the different queries that we have brought to this menu, to the My Group Inbox and My Group Follow-up, and I think that they can really facilitate your job. So first of all, the list of saved query. The first, so number one, number two, and number four, in fact, are going to display all the cases in My Group Inbox, but they have a different sort option, okay? So the first one is next SLA breach. So if within your call center, you're managing entitlements with SLAs, this view is the most appropriate because it will sort the case by the next breach date, in fact. So the case which have already went through a breach, a date, will be displayed on top. If the SLA has been breached, it will be shown as red here. Okay. Then you will have the case which are going to breach an SLA very soon. There will have an orange status. Sorry, I don't have this case on the view here. Then it will display the one which are entitled to SLAs, but with no risk of breaching in the next hours. And finally, it will put the case with no SLA, with no entitlements, and it will still sort it by priority. So first sorted by SLA breach date, then priority. This is the first saved query, so next SLA breach. The next sort query is unclosed case by priority. So instead of having by within SLA, you see, you have noticed here that the sort has been put on the priority column, and it will display first the serious, medium, and so of course the first one, the critical. Okay. The third sorting query, in fact, is by creation date. Okay. You see that here it will first put the case which have been most recently created. Okay, and then sort by priority. Okay. So that was for saved query 1, 2, and 4. The third, My Inbox, is going to filter amongst the cases of My Group Inbox and will put only the one for which you're the owner of the case. Okay, so it means that you have edited the case and accepted the case, and that the action is really pending you and not someone else from your help desk group. Okay. Feel free to interrupt me if it's not clear at some point, but I think that's pretty straightforward. Next one is new portal cases. So I think I don't have here new portal cases for this group, but I have prepared another inbox with new portal cases. So for this, this view is going to display amongst the group of the inbox and filter only the portal cases with a status open new. Okay. So these are freshly created cases on which no one has ever worked. Next one is portal cases. So it will display all the portal cases assigned to this active helpdesk group. So in fact, it's the same here. I have only new portal cases. All the other portal cases are closed or assigned to another helpdesk group. And finally, the last one is going to display only the cases waiting on customer. And of course, it's applicable. Sorry. No, sorry, I wanted to go to this view. My group follow-up and cases waiting on customer. It will only display amongst the groups that you are following up the cases pending on customer. All right. So these are the central queries. and you should use it depending on the way you are working within your call center. So if you don't have SLA, of course, it's better maybe to work on this query on close case by priority. If you want to only have a look at the portal cases, you click 27 portal cases. Okay, so I'm going to unmute everyone. Is there any question on this useful queries that we are providing? So those are central and they are available for everyone in every single call center, Amadeus call center. All right. So now we are on time and that's good. Last hint I wanted to share with you. So here I'm talking about the tab layout and the menus and views that you are displaying. So normally if you click on cases, you are automatically redirected to inbox, my group inbox, okay? But there is some user preferences that you can modify and set. So it's at your level, huh? It will not impact all help desk agents, but for your ease, when using OneView-CX, you can click on user preference, then click on tab layout, and you can make sure that when you open cases, so when you click on cases, okay, automatically you're going to display my group inbox. So I just need to navigate a bit. Normally you won't have these many views. I have a lot of views because I have admin access, but see, you just have to find my group inbox, click, check the box here in default view. I'm going to do it so that you can see how to do it here. No, so this is not the correct one. My group inbox, okay, I click here. Click anywhere else to save. You see now my group inbox is the default view. Okay, so means that when I'm going to click cases, it will automatically redirect me to inbox, my group inbox. And the last thing I wanted to show you as well is default, so sorry, default queries. You can also choose amongst the queries that are available in the my group inbox view, which one you would like to display. Okay, so if I go to, yeah, I'm going to do it like this, cases, and then my group inbox, so it's this one. You can go here and pick among the queries that are available in this view, which one you would like to display. So let's assume that I'm not working with entitlements, or I just want to have my inbox. I click on my inbox, click anywhere else, then click on cases inbox, and automatically the default queries displayed is my inbox. Okay? It's a little hint for you guys to save time. And so that you navigate directly from the home page when you logged in to the view that you would like to see and the query, the default query you would like to display. Yes, I have a question. Please go on. You mean the blue icon on the top left of the screen? This one? Light blue? So it's this button, in fact. Huh? I'm talking about user preferences, but it's really this button that I've just clicked. Normally, if you don't have it, there's an issue, but normally everyone has it. You're welcome. Okay. And as it's written on the screen, it is time to ask your question. So in order to wrap up this meeting, I want you to ask me the questions you would have around inbox, follow-up, and all the scenarios that you've seen during this session. So I unmute everyone. Not a good idea. Sorry, I'm going to mute everyone, and you can unmute yourself and ask your question. So it felt like two people wanted to ask question. Please unmute yourself. So I'm go. Hello. Yes. Hello. It has been recorded. We are live now. And your question has been recorded as well. Yes. And seems like someone else wanted to ask a question. Okay, so Fabrizio, if you find the unmute button, you're more than welcome to ask your question. Thank you very much, Karen. It's my pleasure. Yes. Uh, so I'm going to answer really quickly to this. Yes, I'm going to show you quickly the setup that should work. Now, if you tell me that it does not work, so notification preferences. So for everyone's information, it's the email that you can receive whenever there's a case that is open, updated by someone in the help desk or a new portal case is coming. So the idea is to, oh, sorry, I removed the gray box here. Click on plus. So pick your group, the group that you would like to follow up. So I'm going to put, so it's name, 1AUHDLON. So it's not name. I should have put directly the group. Okay, I'm going to do it here. So the idea normally, you have to, in the channel, pick the WinAt notifier. Okay, this is the setting that you should do to receive it via WinApproach. But you also have to put your WinApproach username in it so that we are able to reconcile your OneView CX user and your WinApproach user. If this answers your question. If it's not working, then maybe it's good to open an incident. So if I'll let you try to unmute yourself if you have another question. There is something else I want to share with you. I take the advantage of having a lot of person in the WebEx. So first of all, to thank you for coming and to promote another way to get help and training on OneView CX. It's the question mark button that I've just clicked on the right top right side of the screen. It's called the online help, and it's a contextual help about OneView CX. Okay, so here I'm on the home page. If I click the online help button, I'm redirected to the homepage of the OneView CX knowledge base, online help. So of course, it has been built for all OneView CX users, so sales, help desk, and training user. But if you click on the help desk links, you will find short procedures which are more or less extracts of the existing training material that you can access also on the right side. But we have tried to split the information in these training materials to have simple and short procedure. So for instance, if I click on case, managing cases in inbox, I have a short description of what is the inbox and with a description of the queries as well, okay? And if I'm working on a case, for instance, and trying to understand how to assign a case or assign and follow up, I will do it from here. So let's assume that I go to my inbox, working on a case, but I cannot remember what's the difference between assign to and assign and follow up. Okay, assign. I click on the question mark button and I have no page for this. Okay, so but that was not a good pick. But the idea is that depending on the action you would like to perform and the information you're trying to find, we are trying to build one complete online help which depends on the contacts, the actions that you are performing and the view that you are displaying. So I get from customer and interaction, I'm going to take a shot and try it again. Yes, okay. So when I'm trying to create an interaction, yes, I have a dedicated page explaining what is the button, what is the purpose of each field and how you must fill it. Okay. Well, that's it. So I'm going to